I'm having zucchini with some ricotta on top, and then I also have basil underneath that, and baby mozzarella. I'll never do that block mozzarella anymore. Baby mozzarella goes so well with basil. I finished some yoga and now I am on my way to Technorama in Winter Tour. It is very hot. It's going to be very hot outside today, so I decided to go and do something a little indoors. And then tomorrow I'll go hike because it'll be a lot more cooler. I'm excited to see what we'll bring about in Technorama. It's I think equivalent to like the Ontario Science Centre in Toronto, where it's very interactive. It's sciencey and you can put your hands on a lot of things, and I like touching and feeling a lot of things. So let's hope that there's some English translations and it's not too crowded with the kids. We'll see what happens there. Okay, how is that possible? It's a floating tap. The water's not going up, it's going down. Milliliters of water.
So you can measure with this, and water is, yeah, I think that
this one?
Yeah.
Okay. So 50. Okay. 50 milliliters. Okay.
And you can. Ooh.
Now.
So you can put that into the plastic cup.
This one.
Yes.
Okay.
And we need 1 tablespoon of
This.
Exactly.
This is a teaspoon, I think. Otherwise, I've been having too much peanut butter.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
It's a teaspoon. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
And now you just have to stir it a bit.
Okay. And now?
Now we need.
And how much?
Dishwashing soap. Just 1 squirt.
1 squeeze.
Yeah.
Okay. It's done.
And
Stir.
now you have to stir for a minute, approximately.
Okay. It's getting clumpy.
Yeah, that's normal.
Yeah, okay, so I take the liquid.
And we have to put it in here. And only the liquid, not the
just the liquid.
weird stuff.
Alright. Got my sample.
I think you can take a little bit more.
A little bit more.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Okay.
So now you see at the here,
it's cloudy.
the white stuff, the cloudy stuff. That's the DNA.
Okay.
So now you've made DNA visible.
Cool.
We didn't use anything that you wouldn't find at home.
That's true. That's true. Okay. And I clicked thin and fat. So I guess it's making me thin and fat. More like awkwardly tall and chubby. Interesting. Okay, so what happens if I click belly dance? Wait, what's indigestion? Do I look like I have indigestion now? I don't get it. Okay. That's Medusa. And now, I'm gonna become Medusa. I think that's the most believable. Otherwise that is just a little too much. Come near me. Who's next? Mick Jagger? No. Who is this? Okay, let's be Barack Obama. I don't know if you can see it, but it's supposed to look like it's moving. I got the power.
They have exactly the same force as the weight of this cradle.
Dreidel.
And as long as the cradle is in the middle, it stays like this. And it actually flies on a wave, on a magnetic wave.
Uh-huh.
Isn't it better?
It's pretty cool. So how long does it stay like that?
If there was a vacuum, it would be forever.
Okay.
But of course we have humidity, we have draft.
Air.
So maybe a couple of minutes,
Okay. Wow.
because there's no friction.
Well, that was a nice day for Technorama. The guy, Andreas, is multilingual. He speaks a bit of Spanish, he speaks French, he speaks English, and he speaks Swiss German, and also probably High German, so German. And it was almost time for the center to close down. And I was like on the last floor trying to scour the last bits of everything to see everything before I go, because I want to see everything before I go. And he said, "Did you see the fire tornado?" And I said, "I saw a regular air tornado, where there's a vent at the top and then there's some mist at the bottom and it just kind of swirls and it connects, and there's wind at each 4 poles, one blowing this way, one blowing this way, and this way to swirl the wind. I saw that." He said, he made a call. This was at 4:56 p.m. This place closes at 5. He made a call to the place upstairs, and he was like, something in German, blah, 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 blah. I think he said something like, "Do you have time to just turn on the fire tornado little exhibition thing?" And then he said, "Come with me." And I went upstairs with him, and it was just wow, he went out of his way to make sure I had a great time, to make sure I saw one of the best things there. Whoa. And you feed it oxygen. Wow. Looks like a lightning. Oh my god. Satan's here. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I can feel it. This would be nice in the winter, I guess.
So I gotta go down, huh?
Okay. Oh, thank you so much, Andres. The center was almost closing. If this was Toronto, people would be scuffing me out the door. I'm so ready to close. I'm so ready to close and go home. So it was amazing. It was amazing. Thank you so much, Andreas. You really made my stay really good. And when I was looking up trains and I saw this hovering train, there was a model of it, and then there was a photo of it, and I thought it was fake. I thought it was just a train model, and I didn't think it was actually a real train. It's called the Wuppertaler Schwebebahn. Would you ride a train like this over this kind of bridge? Because apparently they've done it before. Does anyone know the name of this bridge and what happened to it? If it's still there? That is insanely cool. And it's in Germany. It's in northwest Germany. It's a real train, and it looks like there's a bridge, but there's not the train on top of the bridge. The train is connected almost like a cable car version underneath the bridge. So then there's the train, and then underneath is water, and this train goes like this. Can you imagine looking down from that train? And I thought at first, that's a really interesting concept, but quite dangerous, don't you think? And then I saw the photo. And then I saw the date, 1902 was when it was constructed, apparently. And I said to the worker, who was Andreas, and I didn't know we didn't talk yet. I just saw him cleaning stuff. And that's how we got to know each other. I went up to him and I said, "Excuse me, do you speak English? Is this a real train?" And he goes, yeah. And he didn't know too much about the train, so he pulled out his cell phone and he tried to look up information for me to tell me and show me where this train was, where in Germany it was, and how long it was and things like that. And that's just like, that's really nice. It's really nice that if people can help you, they will help you here in Switzerland. So while they might not be the friendliest or the warmest, such as in North America, they are the most helpful. And if they can do something, they will do it. They have integrity. So that was my little day at Technorama, the little science center of Switzerland, which is not so little. It's actually a decent size, I would say. Okay. I need to wind down. I think I'm going to stretch a little bit. I know I did a little bit of yoga this morning, but oh yeah, I'm feeling a little stiff now. Okay, see you in the next clip. Being carnivore in Switzerland. What is that like? First of all, the carnivore culture is almost non-existent in Switzerland. Meat is extremely expensive, and most people here are even pushing towards vegetarianism than eating more meat. Meat is really, really expensive here. Like, I'm talking, take the price, if you're in North America, take the price that you know, multiply that by 2 or 2.5, most likely 3, and then take that number in Swiss francs and convert that to your American dollar or Canadian dollar. That's how much it costs. So meat is not that affordable here. The cheeses, however, are either just as affordable as the vegetables or slightly cheaper, depending on the vegetable that you're comparing it with. So cheeses are a better way to go. I've also noticed that when they sell eggs, it's not sold in a dozen, which is 12. They sell it in 10s. And usually 10 eggs is around 3 Swiss francs maybe? So I'll put the math up here. 1 Swiss franc is generally like 1.3 something American or Canadian dollars. It's hard to be carnivore here because most people are about eating less meat. Most people are about eating in more smaller quantities than like a standard American meal, I would say, because America has just supersized everything, and so the normalized portions have gotten larger and larger and larger and larger. So people eat in a more sensible amount here, and they don't eat meat a lot. I would say most people are getting maybe 60 grams of protein a day if they're lucky, maybe 70. And keep in mind that depending on how active you are and how tall you are, you're gonna need more protein. And I would not say less because I don't know anyone that would need less protein than 60 grams a day, even if you were sedentary. So it's quite hard to be carnivore here because it's not a big culture and it's quite unaffordable. So here's what I've been doing as a carnivore / keto carnivore. What I have been doing is relying on low carb vegetables that are not too expensive, so whatever's on sale, and cheeses and eggs. That's about it. If I find any cheap meats, it'll usually say like Action, and even then it might be still kind of expensive for what it is. Once in a while I would see something that is reasonably priced when it says Action sale, and I think, okay, I'll splurge a little bit for that meat. I dearly, dearly miss meat. And when it comes to seafood, you can forget about it. I'm sorry. So, again, cheeses and eggs are your saviors. And if you can have low-carb vegetables like zucchinis and cucumbers and things like that, I highly suggest that. I've been living off of a lot of zucchinis and cucumbers as I go out and hike because it's better than drinking water and having to go to the washroom every 30 minutes. You're not going to find a washroom every 30 minutes. So that's why I find if you have cucumber, it's more hydrating and it'll stay in your system for a little bit longer because of that fiber and that bulk. So that's what I've been doing. If you can splurge and you have the money to in Switzerland to spend money on meat, then yeah, go do it. But it's not, meat is not a huge culture here. In fact, I overheard, and I don't know if this is true, that they're going to add like a meat tax here. I don't know. I think the reason why the meat is more expensive here is because labor is paid more. The cows are actually eating grass and they're going outside to roam around. Whereas in North America, we pump them full of hormones. We feed them we feed them starch and corn and just syrup and all these things to fatten them up. So it's not a real diet. It's not what cows are supposed to be eating. It's not what these goats and chickens are supposed to be eating. And they're supposed to be seeing daylight and sunlight and exercise. There's nothing here that actually says grass-fed, because that's a given. You're supposed to eat grass as a cow. There's nothing to boast about when it comes to grass-fed. Now, there might be things that say free range, which is, I guess, another marketing thing, because most animals are free range. They're outside here in Switzerland. What I like to do is, if you are along the border of Switzerland, so near Italy, near Germany, or near France, I go at least once a week across the border to do grocery shoppings. And they would charge you in euros, because France, Italy, and Germany all, I think, operate on euros. I go to Germany. And I do some grocery shopping for the week. So I would pick up some meats if I find them on sale and it's affordable. But more likely cheeses and vegetables, especially vegetables. It's a lot more affordable there. And also eggs as well. At least 75% of the price in Switzerland, at least. Usually it could be a little lower. So those are my tips. If you are carnivore in Switzerland, be prepared. Be prepared. And yeah, if you are in Switzerland or if you're a carnivore, comment below. I would love to know how you find it is to live in this country, or how you find it is to be a carnivore, and the affordability to being a carnivore in your country. So I hope this was helpful, and stay tuned.